Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome into the UNG Soccer Complex on a brisk, windy, but yet sunny Sunday afternoon in Dahlonega as the University of North Georgia Nighthawks get ready to take on the Florida Tech Panthers. Walker McCrary here in the broadcast booth at the University of North Georgia as the Nighthawks get ready to open up the season, the homestand of the season, on this Sunday afternoon. North Georgia coming into this one 1-1-1, fresh off of their first win of the season, a 3-2 victory over the West Georgia Wolves in double overtime. Golden goal scored in the 108th minute by Asa Thorson, the junior transfer from Armstrong State, originally from Norway, able to put home the golden goal in that 108th minute to earn the first win of the season. North Georgia lost 4-3 in the opener at Lee University and then tied 0-0 versus Mississippi College 2 days later up in Tennessee. Florida Tech comes into this one 2-1 overall off of an overtime win of their own, a 2-1 win over Young Harris, the Mountain Lions. The goal for Young Harris was scored by Christina Moreno, but it was in overtime, the 94th minute. Taylor Eller took a deflection and put it in the left side of the net. The other goal for Florida Tech was scored just 30 seconds after Young Harris put one on the board in the 76th minute by Kira McCarthy as she took a pass from Maria Munoz into the box, 1-versus-1 on the keeper. That tied it up. No score going into the overtime period before Taylor Eller ended that match up in Young Harris 2 nights ago. North Georgia leads the all-time series versus the Panthers 2-1. The last time they met was 3 years ago, nearly to the date, when North Georgia defeated Florida Tech 3-0 down in Melbourne. These two teams have never played each other in Dahlonega, so today will be a first as Florida Tech and North Georgia will play in Dahlonega for the first time in the all-time series. Dustin Smith leads his Florida Tech Panthers onto the field today. We'll take a look at the starting lineups right now as we get ready to have the starters march onto the field for their international walkout and get things started momentarily. The goalkeeper will be number 00, Carolyn Prisco, the 5'8" sophomore from Rockledge, Florida. Number 4, Maria Munoz, 5'3" sophomore midfielder from Weston, Florida. Number 5, Brittany Ettrick, 5'8" sophomore midfielder from Satellite, Florida. Number 8, Taylor Eller, the redshirt junior, 5'5" midfielder from Melbourne. Number 10, Ellen Svensson, 5'6" redshirt senior from Sweden. Number 11, Kira McCarthy, 5'7" junior forward from Melbourne. Number 18, Monica Zabian, 5'5" freshman midfielder from Miami. Number 23, Samantha Grimm, the 5'9" sophomore defender from Pickerington, Ohio. Number 27, Mary Watson, 5'7" redshirt senior from McKinney, Texas. Number 29, Jita Al-Neighbor, the 5'4" freshman from Jordan. And number 36, Nicole Barnett, the 5'4" freshman defender from Monteverde, Florida. You look up and down the Florida Tech roster, players from Michigan, Norway, Washington State, Sweden, Spain, New York, Ohio, Maryland, Virginia, Illinois, Texas, Jordan, Pennsylvania, North Carolina, and Norway, as well as Florida, a very much so international roster for Coach Dustin Smith in his 8th season at the helm of the Panthers. He's assisted by Jessica Monarch and Doug Bonney. The Nighthawks 1-1 overall this year, with head coach Chris Adams in his 15th season at the helm of the Nighthawks. After a Sweet 16 appearance last year in the NCAA Division II tournament, hosted the first and second rounds here in Dahlonega, where they were able to advance to the Sweet 16 for the first time in program history. The goalkeeper today will be number 1, Hannah Gowdy, 5'10 sophomore from Cumming, a transfer from the University of Georgia. And then the other 10 starters at forward will be number 3, Bryn Finneran, 5'10 senior from Duluth, prepped at Greater Atlanta Christian. Number 4, Michelle Allen will start back on the back line, 5'6 senior transfer from Armstrong State, prepping in Lilburn. Number 9, Rosie Embley will be in the midfield, 5'9 sophomore from England. Number 13, Taylor Malasic, the 5'7 freshman forward from Peachtree City, prepping at McIntosh. Malasic, in her freshman campaign, very impressive thus far. 2 goals, 1 assist on 13 shots, 5 of those on goal. And when you think about it, that's 40% of her shots on goal that have gone into the back of the net. She's also 1 for 1 in penalty kicks this season. Number 14, Jessie Vaverka, the 5'7 senior defender from Gainesville, who prepped at Buford. Number 15, Mackenzie Anderson, 6' senior defender transfer from Armstrong State, originally from Ackworth, Georgia. Number 18, Asa Thorson, again the golden goal scorer against West Georgia, 5'5 junior midfielder from Norway, another transfer from Armstrong State. Number 20, Olivia Dumphy, 5'4 sophomore defender from Dawsonville, just down Highway 400, prepping at North Forsyth High School. Number 23, Mackenzie Brennan, the 5'9 freshman from Marietta, prepping at Lassiter. And number 25, Renee Van Horn, the 5'8 junior forward from Marietta, who prepped at Mount Perrin Christian. This year, Renee has 1 goal and 2 assists to her name, taken 3 shots, 2 of which are on goal, showing that she is very accurate with her shots this season. Other goal scorers this year so far, of course, Asa Thorson, the golden goal scorer in the last game. She also has an assist to her name. And then Bryn Finneran with a goal scored. Olivia Dumphy with a goal scored. Rosie Embley has an assist on the year. When we take a look up at Florida Tech, they are 2-1 on the year. Their goal scorers, Maria Munoz, a goal and an assist. Kira McCarthy, a goal and an assist. And Taylor Eller with a goal this season. Munoz with 10 shots, 5 of which on goal. McCarthy with 5 shots, 3 of which on goal. Taylor Eller with 3 shots, 2 of which on goal. The only other person that has a number of shots that North Georgia will have to try and limit today is Ellen Svensson. She has 8 shots, 5 of which on goal, yet to find a goal. But she has played and started in all 3 games, 246 minutes of action for the redshirt senior from Sweden in Svensson. Both teams getting ready to walk out to midfield. You see the officials ready to go. Again, we are in Dahlonega, partly cloudy skies today, but it is a nice day. A lot of wind in the area, but it's still a beautiful day in Dahlonega for the Division II matchup between Florida Tech and North Georgia. Coach Chris Adams is assisted by Kaylee Ralton and Malte Kropp. And the starting lineups getting announced. We'll run down them again as well for you as Florida Tech gets ready to come onto the field. It'll be number 00 Prisco in between the posts, number 4 Maria Munoz, number 5 Brittany Ettrick, number 8 Taylor Eller, number 10 Ellen Svensson, number 11, Kira McCarthy, number 18 Monica Zabian, number 23 Samantha Grimm, number 27 Mary Watson, number 29 Jita Aldneighbor, and number 36 Nicole Barnett. When you look down the starters, it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 7 midfielders in the starting lineup, so it'll be interesting to see how Florida Tech comes out onto the field in terms of their formation. Florida Tech will be wearing their all maroon with the white numbers and the white trim. As North Georgia's starters being announced, they are going to wear the home whites with the blue shorts as the starters are announced. It'll be number 1, Gowdy in between the posts. Number 3, Finneran. Number 4, Michelle Allen. Number 9, Rosie Embley. Number 13, Taylor Malisic. Number 14, Jessie Vaverka. Number 15, Mackenzie Anderson. Number 18, Asa Thorson. Number 20, Olivia Dumphy. Number 23, Mackenzie Brennan. And number 25, Renee Van Horn, the starters for head coach Chris Adams. Home opener for the Nighthawks, as they will play their first of 7 home games. Will not return here until September 23rd. We're going to take a commercial break here on the Nighthawk Sports Network as the national anthem is played here in venue. When we return, it'll be first half action between Florida Tech and North Georgia on the Nighthawk Sports Network.
I am a brother.
I'm a freshman.
I am an artist.
I am an entrepreneur.
I am a civilian.
I am a junior.
I am an ambassador.
I am a music teacher.
我是国际学生.
I am a commuter.
I'm an actor.
I am an intern.
I am a researcher.
I am a senior.
I am an athlete.
I am a veteran.
I am a sister.
I am a sophomore.
I am a singer.
I am an educator.
I am a scientist.
I am a resident.
I am a writer. I am a leader.
I am a cadet.
I am a volunteer.
I am a musician.
I am a tutor.
We are UNG.
From court to court and lane to lane, under the lights or under the sun, no one delivers Division II sports like NCAA.com. The center of D2 is inside the NCAA.com hub, with exclusive highlights of every sport and live broadcasts of every Division II championship found nowhere else. Make NCAA.com yours, the home of Division II college sports.
Shop, play, and stay in Dahlonega, the heart of the North Georgia mountains.
Back with you here in Dahlonega as we are moments away from kickoff between North Georgia and Florida Tech, the home opener for the University of North Georgia Nighthawks here on the Nighthawk Sports Network. As I mentioned, going into the break, 7 home games this season for North Georgia. They will hit the road for 3 straight before returning home 2 weeks from yesterday, September 23rd, for a matchup with Francis Marion. They'll go to Anderson on Wednesday. Then Saturday they'll open Peach Belt Conference play at Georgia College, and then go take on nationally ranked Columbus State down in Columbus on September 20th before returning home for the 20 years of soccer celebration against Francis Marion on September 23rd here in Dahlonega. North Georgia, again, wearing the white tops, blue shorts. They will move from right to left on your monitors as Florida Tech breaks their huddle. They will have the privilege of first touch and move from left to right. And it's McCarthy to take first touch all the way back to the back line. We are underway here in Dahlonega as North Georgia trying to put early pressure on the Panthers with Rosie Embley. She was unable to come up with it. Florida Tech trying to break now, but it is intercepted by the back line momentarily before Florida Tech again takes possession. Down into the corner, here's Munoz, and she is taken off the ball by Mackenzie Brennan, who will clear the ball out of bounds and allow for play to reset. Panthers trying to find a way into the box, unsuccessful so far. As North Georgia will possess, as Van Horn's taken down hard from behind, no whistle. Taylor Eller tries to cross it in, but again, North Georgia able to clear it out with that back line. Far side of the field, now trying to get it over to Van Horn, and a foul will be called on Van Horn as she tripped up. The Panther on the far side looked like Samantha Grimm, who was taken down, and she will touch the ball back into play. To the sideline now, trying to cross it into the middle, but it will be Mackenzie Anderson clearing it all the way downfield as Van Horn gives chase. A little bit of pressure. But All Neighbor clears it all the way back to Prisco, the goalkeeper, who will allow for the Panthers to reform their shape. Ettrick back to All Neighbor. Florida Tech content to take their time in this one. Was scoreless against Young Harris until the 76th minute 2 nights ago up in Young Harris on the other side of Blood Mountain. Finneran trying to get down the sidelines. Good touch, but she won't be able to keep the ball in bounds. It'll be off of Florida Tech, however, and that'll allow for Michelle Allen to trot up and get ready to throw it in. Allen, the senior transfer from Armstrong State, tries to get it into the corner to Finneran. Again, off of the Panthers. This time Finneran, it looks like, is going to take the throw in. Deep in the attacking third. Long throw in headed out by Grimm. North Georgia continuing to put the pressure on, trying to keep it in the attacking third, but Florida Tech able to possess and clear it back out to the neutral third momentarily. Embley over to Dumphy. Dumphy, good touch to Milashek. But Florida Tech playing well on the back line. Gets the ball upfield as they look to counter. Shot toward the frame, goes wide right, and it will be a goal kick for Hannah Gowdy. Almost 4 minutes into this one, as that's the first shot that we've seen. Gowdy boots it away. Embley trying to settle, and it goes down to Dumphy. Florida Tech gains possession right around midfield. There's Eller going out wide, now in toward the middle to Munoz. Quick 1-2 touch, but Milashek sends it down into the quarter. Dumphy giving chase, but it'll be All Neighbor getting there and clearing back to Prisco. North Georgia trying to push it over the top and run into the corner to keep pressure on Florida Tech, make them play defense for most of the game. Finneran with a touch high in the air. It's brought down, though, by Eller for Florida Tech. She'll settle with time and try and switch the field of play with Ettrick. We mentioned a lot of midfielders in the starting lineup for Florida Tech, and it looks like they're trying to push numbers forward and test the back line of North Georgia. It'll be a Nighthawk throw in. Allen quickly grabbing the ball, throwing it over the top, trying to get it to Thorson. Florida Tech brings it down, and an incidental handball by Thorson. It'll be a free kick for the Panthers. Grimm takes the free kick, a low line drive. Initially brought down by Munoz. North Georgia trying to clear it out, and they do. As Florida Tech will settle it down in the back and try and work it forward. Al Neighbor back toward Grimm. And then she gets it back. Allen giving chase for North Georgia. She finds Finneran on the sidelines, trying to keep it in bounds. And she kicks it off of a Panther. Now will slow it down, look to throw it in, and she'll leave it for Michelle Allen to take the honor. Embley with the header. Thorson now with possession, trying to get it through to Van Horn. A little strong on the touch. Here comes Florida Tech on the counter. A heavy touch by Mackenzie Anderson. It'll roll out of bounds. Florida Tech will throw it in with Mary Watson. You see a lot of maroon jerseys pushed forward as Watson settles it right in front of the midfield line. It'll roll out of play off of Milashek. And again, a throw in. Milashek coming down with it. Good possession there. Van Horn couldn't hold on to it. Dunphy tries to thread it through, but Barnett steps in as these midfielders are pushing forward for the Panthers, but also coming back to the aid on defense. Far side of the field, Munoz swings it back, and again Florida Tech back to the defensive line to try and reshape and try and find an opening against this Nighthawk pressure style of defense. Far side of the field, Grimm tries to put it down into the corner. Allen gets a foot on it, right to Embley. Now Finneran toward the middle of the field, a little bit behind Dunphy. Dunphy able to gain possession, come out to Brennan. Brennan up the side to Milashek. Milashek guarded closely by All Neighbor, down into the corner. Shot with the left foot's going to slide right across the front of the frame, out of bounds for the goal kick. Milashek leading the team in shots this year. That's her 14th shot of the year. Next closest has 6 shots for North Georgia. Finneran dispossesses the Panthers and then loses possession amongst pressure. Here comes Florida Tech, but Michelle Allen quickly stepping in to take it away. Try and thread it through to Van Horn. Van Horn and Milashek up top, working to try and find those runs. Ball kicked off of Averka. And a Panther throw in at midfield. Allen able to settle it. Give to Embley. Embley back to Averka, trying to get it upfield. It bounces off of Michelle Allen and out of bounds for the throw. Good crowd on hand for a Sunday afternoon game here in Dahlonega. Some fans still making their way into the UNG soccer complex, as we are just about 10 minutes into this one, still with no score. Florida Tech again trying to just work possession. Averka steps in. Now Van Horn, 1-on-3, trying to find Milashek. Milashek gets a touch, 1-on-1 with the defender. But Samantha Grimm able to step in. North Georgia keeping the pressure on. Good header by Brennan down into the corner to Milashek. Milashek trying to get to the baseline. And double teamed and taken away by All Neighbor. Florida Tech going to try and counter. as the North Georgia back line pressuring, trying to keep the ball away from the defensive third for the Nighthawks. Dunphy trying to get it through. It hits off of Embley's back. Now Embley will settle it right on the Shield logo, threading it through. Milashek going to try and give chase. She beats Mary Watson. Shot on goal with the left foot, but it is saved by Prisco. Milashek ran past Mary Watson, had a step on the defender, and had a great shot, but Prisco with a very good save for Florida Tech to keep the score level. McCarthy trying to thread it through. She finds Munoz. Munoz going to try a shot from distance. It bounces into the hands of Gowdy. Gowdy boots it away. Florida Tech settles before Allen tries to thread it up to Finneran and does. Now down the sidelines, just a little bit too heavy of a touch for Thorson. And the Panthers again will take the throw in. Substitution coming into the game for Florida Tech. It'll be Kiana Zangana checking in. And North Georgia trying to clear it off the back line. Booted out of bounds by Vaverka. Florida Tech quickly throwing the ball in, trying to keep the pressure on. Embley trying to step in. Panthers bring it back. And then a shot by Al Neighbor, again bouncing into the hands of Hannah Gowdy. Booted away by Gowdy all the way to the back line of Florida Tech. Van Horn putting pressure on. It has to get all the way back to Carolyn Prisco. Allen steps in, ball high in the air, headed away by Florida Tech, not once but twice now, as North Georgia tries to settle it with Embley. Embley back to Vaverka, who will clear it all the way back to Gowdy and allow for the reset. Over to Mackenzie Brennan. Brennan to Anderson. Milashek again getting touches. Long throw in for Brennan, trying to get it to Dunphy. Headed away, and then Van Horn sends it down into the corner. Milashek giving chase. As All Neighbor is going to settle it momentarily. But you see Milashek just trying to outrun every Florida Tech Panther on the field. And so far, she's been rather successful. Florida Tech coming off of a game just 2 days ago up in Young Harris. The thought being that the legs for Florida Tech still aren't fully back. North Georgia played back on Wednesday. So a couple more days of rest for the Nighthawks. Eller goes wide out to Zengana. It's booted out by Allen. A throw in for the Panthers deep in the attacking third. And an incidental handball. It'll be a free kick for North Georgia. You see the clock 29:05 and counting here in this first half of play. Still no score. Ball booted high by Gowdy. Settled by the Panthers. Here's Munoz. Munoz trying to get it out wide. Allen steps in to intercept. And here come the Nighthawks with Embley. Up the field trying to thread it through to Finneran. Now Embley, good move. She's got a step on the defender, trying to get it to Milashek. But she was flanked by the Panthers. Now she'll get a touch, try and turn sideline, and does. She's got a step on Nicole Barnett. Now she'll settle in and wait for reinforcements, trying to get it through to Embley. It was Ettrick stepping in, and now it will be a Panther throw. Sun starting to peek through the clouds just a little bit here in Dahlonega. Still a brisk wind out there, though. As Barnett settles, threads it through to Munoz. And Florida Tech going to try and get it into the middle of the field. Now they'll retreat to the back line. Looks like everything is going toward Munoz for the Panthers early on. Again, they try to give it to her, but it's Thorson stepping in and taking possession for North Georgia. Ball all the way back into the corner. Heads up play by Anderson to kick it off of the oncoming Panther. And it will be a throw for the Nighthawks. Foul called on the Panthers. Quickly taken by Van Horn, trying to get it to Embley. And now Milashek will take in. Good move by Milashek. And another good move. No foul called. It looked like she lost her balance momentarily. And Florida Tech will look to counter on the far side. Anderson steps in, gets it over to Dunphy. Dunphy with time, over the top to Milashek. Milashek, touch with the head. Defenders closing in. She stops. Two defenders on her. Now another touch with the right foot. Shot with the left, just wide of the post. Nighthawks with 3 shots so far today. And Florida Tech with 3 shots as well. Long ball sent over to Finneran. Finneran going to try and get down into the corner. It will go off Ettrick. And Finneran will quickly throw it into Embley. Embley just outside the 18, gives back to Finneran. Finneran one touch over to Embley, trying to get it back to Finneran. And Embley will come up with it with the shot with the left foot. It will sail high and wide left. Great pressure being put on early for North Georgia. Allen with the throw. Taken away by Florida Tech. The Panthers will throw it in on the far side. Settled over there by McCarthy, and they will have to reset with Eller getting it back to All Neighbor. Asa Thorson with a good takeaway. She's going to try and beat the Panthers down into the corner, and she does. Outrunning Nicole Barnett. Barnett tries to slide, unsuccessful. Thorson crossing it in. Finneran tries to get a foot on it, and now Van Horn with the hard shot, but it will sail out of bounds. North Georgia and Florida Tech scoreless as we approach the midway point of this first half. 23-20 remaining in the first half of play. Finneran with a good touch on the header, but it will go just out of bounds, and Florida Tech will take possession. Throw in on the far side of the field. Florida Tech all the way down. Munoz trying to find some free space, but swarmed by Nighthawks. Panthers pushing numbers forward 10 across midfield. But North Georgia comes up with it. Dunphy out to Allen. Allen going to try and get it all the way through to Milashek. Will it make it through? Almost. Barnett gets a foot on it. It's going to go close to the baseline, and Prisco will have to clear it out. Throw in to Milashek. Milashek trying to get it to Embley, but it will be cleared out. As Thorson tries to keep it in. Now Dunphy will settle it and try and push it back in. Panthers take over, though, and push up the far side of the field. Svensson tries a through ball in the direction of Munoz, but Gowdy will come out. Embley dispossessed. And now booted away by Anderson. Van Horn tries to settle. Dunphy puts on pressure, and that will roll out of bounds. North Georgia will throw in. Brennan coming over to take it as Peyton Biso checks in for North Georgia, the 5'5" sophomore forward from Hoover, Alabama. Prepped at Spain Park. And then Brianna Heights checks in for Florida Tech.
Stepping on for North Georgia, number 2, Peyton Biso. Stepping on for Florida Tech, number 20.
I guess an offside flag going up, or was it out of bounds? We'll see momentarily. It may have been out of bounds, and it is a throw-in. Over the top and corralled by Gowdy. Florida Tech gaining possession. Into the middle third of the field now. Again, Munoz getting a touch amongst a lot of white jerseys. And North Georgia retakes possession. Milashek trying to thread it through. Now Anderson will try and get it to Van Horn. Good clear by Jita Alnaber. 5'4" freshman, listed as a midfielder, but she is playing toward the back line today from Jordan, the country of Jordan. Embley settles, gets it back to Brennan, then retakes the ball now to Milashek. Dunphy with space, gets it through to Van Horn. Van Horn, a couple of touches, trying to beat the defender, has space, shot with the right foot's blocked by Samantha Grimm. North Georgia still pressing forward. Biso trying to get it to Allen. It will roll out of bounds. North Georgia with a throw. Allen quickly looking for somebody to get it into. Finds Biso in the corner, and it will be touched by Biso and roll out for the goal kick. Foul called as looks like Van Horn was hit from behind, and North Georgia will have a free kick. We'll see where they spot it. It'll be about 30 yards out. Looks like Anderson will take it with the left foot. Tries to line drive through the wall, and it is blocked out by Svensson. And Florida Tech now with Munoz, but a great defensive play by Michelle Allen allows the Nighthawks to retreat and and get back before Florida Tech is able to counter. North Georgia trying to find the opening. They've had a lot of good opportunities. Milashek as well as Van Horn able to put shots toward the frame. And a hard foul. Looks like Florida Tech will earn the free kick. As Dustin Smith over on the far side, trying to direct traffic for his Panther side. High in the air, backspin on the kick. Headed away, and Dunphy will settle. Good move by Olivia Dunphy. She has space. Down into the corner to Milashek. Milashek a little heavy on the touch. Ball's loose on the ground, and North Georgia looks as if they've possessed, but Florida Tech will take it away. North Georgia's had a lot of success coming down the near side. With Milashek, Van Horn, Dunphy. Embley's had a run on this side as well. Munoz with some space, crosses over. Thorson playing defense. Shot from deep was corralled easily by Anna Gowdy. Just under 15 minutes to play here in the first half. Scoreless in Dahlonega. North Georgia with 6 shots. Florida Tech with 4. 3 saves for the sophomore goalkeeper for the Nighthawks and Hannah Gowdy. Now Van Horn gives it off to Milashek. Milashek looking, shot with the right foot. It looks like it was blocked out of bounds, and it was. Corner kick coming. Looks like Dunphy will take the corner. She approaches, and the in-swinger toward the goal, headed high, but it goes across frame. Still danger, but corralled in by Prisco. The header by Van Horn, trying to slip it in the near post. Booted away by Prisco. North Georgia trying to push it into that attacking third. Dunphy settles. She has time. Out wide to Brennan. Brennan high in the air trying to get it to Van Horn. Headed out, but here comes Thorson. Thorson with space. Tries to get it out wide to Biso. Florida Tech able to clear, settle, and now counter. Again, the Panthers trying to get it to Munoz up top. As it seems as if every time the ball has crossed midfield, Munoz has gotten at least a touch. Down into the corner. Vaverka able to step in, boot the ball out of bounds. Florida Tech will have the throw, but a substitution will come first. It'll be Kelly Johnson, 5'5" junior from Issaquah, Washington, transfer from Nova Southeastern.
Stepping on for Florida Tech, number 7, Kelly Johnson.
North Georgia trying to clear it out. Dunphy upfield. Van Horn will give pressure as Milashek had dropped back there to play defense. Out wide, here's Munoz trying to get it back into the middle of the field, where she finds Taylor Eller as they look to switch the field. Up the sidelines, and it looks like it went out of bounds. It will be a throw for Florida Tech. Trying to get it into McCarthy, and the shot will hit the side of the net. $11:30 to play in this first period. Gowdy boots it over toward Allen. Allen trying to head it up the sidelines. It goes out of bounds. Again, trying to work it toward Munoz are the Panthers. Svensson has to retreat momentarily. Ettrick finds Johnson coming up the near side. Johnson crosses back over. She has some space. She tries to thread it through, but it will roll out across the end line harmlessly. Gowdy's going to take the goal kick high in the air. Headed straight up. Dunphy going to try and settle, but Ettrick steps in and regains possession for the Panthers. Good touch on the far side by Heights. But the back line again for North Georgia able to clear momentarily. Van Horn, good header over to Biso. Biso trying to get up the far sideline. Tries to touch it through to Milashek. And it'll be Al Neighbor clearing it out. Now throwing into the corner toward Milashek. She's got a step. Trying to get to the baseline. And it will go out of bounds as the last touch was a little strong, and the Panther defense was able to push Milashek off the ball. Over the top to Johnson. And now Biso, or rather that's Dumphy, will take possession to Van Horn. Van Horn looking on this near side where they've had success. Getting up the field, Dumphy trying to push the ball down into the corner, but just a little strong as Prisco will run out to retrieve the ball for yet another goal kick. Eight and a half to play here in the first half. Neither team having found the back of the net. Munoz stops, shoots with the left, bounces into Gowdy. She's unable to hold on to it, and it will go out of bounds for the corner. Milashek dispossessed by Alneighbor. She'll try and get it through to the streaking McCarthy, who's trying to get down into the corner, but it's headed out by Anderson. Now Van Horn settles, waiting on some reinforcements. She'll try and cross it through to Biso. It is taken away by the Panthers. Good tackle there by Van Horn to regain possession, try and get it to Embley. Unsuccessful though. Svensson trying to counter quickly. Vaverka steps in, boots the ball into the air. Munoz. Now here's the Nighthawks and Dumphy. Trying to get it through to Milashek. It goes off of Kelly Johnson's stomach, and it will be booted out of bounds under the pressure of Milashek. Sub on the far side. Van Horn will come off. Diza Patterson. 5'8" sophomore from Augusta. Crossed in by Brennan. Patterson prepped at Grovetown. As North Georgia with Dumphy trying to get it to Biso by the Florida Tech back line. That time it was Zangane with the denial. Now Patterson didn't get a great touch as Anderson will push it back to Gowdy. Gowdy trying to get it over to Brennan, but it will sail out of bounds. Johnson looking to throw it in quickly. She does to Svensson. But North Georgia playing very good defensively, especially with their midfielders. And the foul is going to be called. North Georgia will get the free kick. Allen will take it. Runs up. Boots the line drive. It bounces over Embley's head. Embley is able to settle it down, try and get it over to Biso. Biso heads it toward Milashek. Milashek, guarded closely by Grimm. Takes the shot with the left foot. It skates across the front of the frame, and it will be a goal kick as Florida Tech goes to make a sub. It'll be Kelly Krieger, 5'4" sophomore from Merritt Island.
For Florida Tech, number 30, Kelly Krieger.
Vaverka able to clear it out after a dangerous ball went down the sideline. Florida Tech again going to try and push it up that far side. But it is cleared out by Michelle Allen. 3:10 to play in the first half. Still scoreless here at the UNG Soccer Complex. As the ball is kicked over the head of Kelly Johnson, North Georgia will have another opportunity here as we are now under 2:45 and the foul called on Al Neighbor. North Georgia will get a free kick inside of 30 yards. Dunphy will take it. Looks like it'll come off the left foot. Puts it in the air. And Prisco can't handle it, but she ends up diving on it after tripping over her own player. Check and make sure she's okay. She's slow to get up. She looks to be okay. As she'll be allowed to take her time a little bit. The drop kick bounces. Munoz trying to get on it, and she does. Toward the middle of the field. And stepping in there, Olivia Dunphy. Milashek tried to thread it through to Biso. Florida Tech was able to step through. Here's Johnson. Johnson up the sideline, trying to get it down into the corner. Giving chase is Krieger and Brennan, and it will roll out of bounds for the goal kick.
One minute remaining in the
Under a minute to play here in the first half in Dahlonega. No score. North Georgia having outshot Florida Tech thus far. Here comes Milashek giving pressure on Prisco, and Prisco just has to boot it hard over to the sidelines. 30 seconds now. Here's Patterson with 20 seconds. Heavy touch, tries to get past the defender and does. Patterson has an opportunity. Goes toward the baseline, it's out of bounds. 10-second countdown. North Georgia going to have to move quickly if they want that corner kick. And I don't think they're going to be able to get there as Dunphy was unable to get there in time. Halftime in Dahlonega. North Georgia 0, Florida Tech 0. We will take a break here in Dahlonega. When we come back, we'll look down some of the first half stats between these two teams. Florida Tech 0, North Georgia 0, as we head to commercial break at halftime. You are watching UNG Women's Soccer on the Nighthawk Sports Network.
We're not just a video production company. We're storytellers, and we're on a mission to connect people, inspire change, and capture life's most precious moments. Because it's not only about capturing where you are today, it's about capturing where you're going. So when it's time to create a video, choose Bentley Media and let us tell your story the way it was meant to be told. Bentley Media, we only film everything.
Champions know how to seize opportunities. When they see moments of greatness unfold right before their eyes, they push as hard as they possibly can, and then they push harder. Because the heart of a champion never settles, never quits, and never stops giving its all. We are champions. We are Division II. We go big, we give it everything we've got, and we win. On the field, on our campuses, in our communities, for our causes, in our careers. We rise to become champions in everything we do. We are Division II, and there are no limits here. We make our time count. We set our own path. We become champions on our terms. It's time to up your game, because we're here to play and learn. But most importantly, we're here to discover ourselves, our vision, our heart, our drive, to achieve every goal we aim for, because we want to be champions at the highest level, life. At Division II, the opportunities are here. Are you ready?
It's on us, all of us, to make sexual assault unacceptable.
Take the pledge at itsonus.org and be a part of the solution.
We are challenging every Division II campus to take the pledge, to make a statement, and to make sexual assault unacceptable, because it's on us!
Halftime in Dahlonega, North Georgia 0, Florida Tech 0, and what's been a very tightly contested game in the middle of the field mostly, but both teams have had multiple opportunities at goal. As North Georgia with 9 shots to 6 shots for Florida Tech. As we take a look at some of the stats in the first half, of those 6 shots that Florida Tech took, 4 of them on goal. North Georgia 9 shots, 2 of them on goal, a corner to either side. 5 fouls for Florida Tech, 3 for North Georgia. 4 saves for Hannah Gowdy, 2 for Carolyn Prisco. Thus far, as we take a look at Florida Tech, Maria Munoz, we talked about her in the broadcast. It looks like a lot of the offense goes through her. 3 shots, all 3 of which were on goal. Monica Zabian with a shot, and then Jida Al-Neighbor with a shot and the shot on goal. Also taking a shot for Florida Tech was Brianna Heights. Prisco 45 minutes in goal, 2 saves, 9 shots faced. For North Georgia, led by Mila Sheck in shots. She's taken 5, 1 of which was on goal. Rosie Embley with a shot, Renee Van Horn with 3 shots, 1 of which on goal. Hannah Gowdy has played very well in between the posts, 45 minutes in between those posts, 4 saves, 6 shots faced in the first half. As a great crowd has come on hand to watch this one. North Georgia, 8 players having played all 45 minutes in that first half. Renee Van Horn played 39, and Bryn Finneran played 24. Coming off the bench, Peyton Biso with 21, Deza Patterson with 6 minutes of action. For Florida Tech, they were led in minutes. Six players with 45 minutes. McCarthy played 41. Zabian played 24. Watson played 13. And Barnett 32 in those starters for Florida Tech. Again, 9-6 in shots. Nighthawks on top in that one. 4-2 in saves. With Hannah Gowdy taking 4 saves. 1 corner kick to either side. No bookings thus far, and neither team has an offside either. We'll take a break here on the Nighthawk Sports Network. When we come back, we'll take a look at a couple of highlights from that first half of play. As we said, a few chances for North Georgia, very few very good chances for North Georgia. We'll take a look at some of them after this break. You're watching the University of North Georgia women's soccer on the Nighthawk Sports Network.
Leadership is socially responsible, collaborative, and inclusive.
It's a process,
not a position.
The University of North Georgia
is a state leadership institution.
Here, the leadership
certificate program is open
to all students who want to enhance
their leadership knowledge,
gain practical skills, and become a more effective leader.
A more effective leader.
You can get credit for your involvement in student organizations,
campus events,
community service, study abroad,
and many other campus activities.
Start learning how to understand your personal leadership philosophy.
Be part of a team.
Improve your communication.
Create an inclusive environment.
And make a difference in your community.
Make a commitment to yourself.
And become part
of the Leadership Certificate Program.
Because at the University of North Georgia,
you can lead. You can lead.
You can lead.
You can lead.
You can lead where it counts.
From court to court and lane to lane, under the lights or under the sun, no one delivers Division II sports like NCAA.com. The center of D2 is inside the NCAA.com hub, with exclusive highlights of every sport and live broadcasts of every Division II championship found nowhere else. Make NCAA.com yours, the home of Division II college sports.
I am a brother.
I'm a freshman.
I am an artist.
I am an entrepreneur.
I am a civilian.
I am a junior.
I am an ambassador.
I am a music teacher.
我是国际学生.
I am a commuter.
I'm an actor.
I am an intern.
I am a researcher.
I am a senior.
I am an athlete.
I am a veteran.
I am a sister.
I am a sophomore.
I am a singer.
I am an educator.
I am a scientist.
I am a resident.
I am a writer.
I am a leader.
I am a cadet.
I am a volunteer. I am a musician.
I am a tutor.
We are UNG.
Back with you here in Dahlonega, scoreless at halftime between the Florida Tech Panthers and the University of North Georgia Nighthawks here on the Nighthawk Sports Network. Partly cloudy skies, the sun trying to peek through. It is very windy, but a great crowd is on hand here in Dahlonega. So we take a look at a couple first half highlights. Mainly the one that we want to show you is Hannah Gowdy. You see, as we try and work through a couple of the hiccups that we've got. Here we go. Now you see Florida Tech trying to work the ball up the field, and Munoz with one of her 3 shots on goal. She finds some space and fires from deep, but Hannah Gowdy is going to be able to make a very good save to keep the score level. That was with about 15 minutes to play in the first half, as North Georgia's goalkeeper, as well as Carolyn Prisco for the Panthers, has played extremely well thus far. Great opportunities taken by Taylor Malashik and Renee Van Horn, or Milashek rather, but neither team able to push a goal into the back of the net yet. North Georgia will look to continue to put pressure on the Panthers' back line, try and work it up. I imagine it will be the far side of the field in this second half of play. Florida Tech had some success working it up the far side in the first half. They'll continue to try and give the ball to Munoz, as it looks like a lot of the offense goes through her. Again, 3 shots, all 3 of which were on goal in the first half for the Panthers. North Georgia has had great opportunities with Dunphy Milashek, Van Horn, Embley, they've all been able to work the ball up the left side as North Georgia looks at it. We'll see if they can't continue that success in the second half of play. Of course, this is the home opener for North Georgia. And the only home game before September 23rd, as North Georgia will hit the road for 3 straight games. Not the only game going on right now in the Peach Belt Conference. Young Harrison Lincoln Memorial scoreless at halftime. Flagler and Catawba just getting started moments ago. And a number of games canceled today. Columbus State and Queens in North Carolina, they were scheduled to play in Milledgeville, as was Tusculum and Georgia College. Berry University was scheduled to take on Clayton State. Nova Southeastern scheduled to take on Columbus, but with Hurricane Irma closing in, a lot of cancellations this weekend in the Peach Belt Conference. That Flagler-Catawba game going on right now, it is scoreless. They are just underway, about 5 minutes into that one up in North Carolina. Another game that was going on today was Clayton State taking on the Citadel. Clayton State defeated the Citadel 1-0 today in a very impressive outing for the Lakers. And in other action, men's soccer-wise in the Peach Belt, Lander will travel to Tusculum at 3 p.m. We'll take our final commercial break of the halftime period. When we return, second half action between Florida Tech and North Georgia. You're watching UNG Women's Soccer on the Nighthawk Sports Network.
I want everyone to rally behind such a great cause for Make-A-Wish. It's not just for us, and it's not just for the school. It's for the kids that we'll be helping. It's for them.
And it's not just raising money for a charity. It's raising money to make this kid's dream come true.
I never, still to this day, would have thought that it would have touched me the way that it did that day. To truly say that it was a life-changing moment for myself is true. And I think it was for our program, our team, and our university. It was truly one of the most memorable experiences of my coaching career.
You really just see the community come together to make this event special and make it unique. And I think that's one thing that we like to try to brand ourselves with here at UNG is we're unique, and we like to do the special, small things that make children's lives and dreams come true.
Being a champion takes more than skill, more than endless drills, more than using your head. Being a champion takes the heart to give it your all, the agility to thrive from any angle, and the relentless drive to be the best. Welcome to Division II, where the pursuit is yours to create, and the question isn't, can you do it? It's will you?
Closing in on the start of the second half, both teams finishing their warm-ups before we begin the second half of play. Florida Tech in their huddle. North Georgia getting some last-minute sprints in. As you see on the far side, head coach Chris Adams is wearing the long sleeves. A hoodie being worn on the far side as well. Jackets. It's a brisk day down on the pitch here at the UNG Soccer Complex. A great crowd on hand, though. Fans sitting on the hill to our left. A good crowd here in the stands. And then fans all around the fence to both sides. North Georgia will get the first touch of the second half. It'll be Van Horn going into the middle, standing on the shield. Biso staying on the field. She played well in that first half for North Georgia. It looks like the rest of the starters for North Georgia are back on the field other than Finneran, and Biso will start. And there's the opening whistle, but Florida Tech jumped across that line before Van Horn was able to kick. Now Dunphy will try and send it over to Milashek, trying to sprint down there, as North Georgia likes to do to start the first half of play. North Georgia is going to get a throw. Brennan trying to get it to Embley. Embley able to get a foot on it. Now Milashek, good move on the sideline, and it goes out of bounds for a Florida Tech throw. Trying to push forward are the Panthers, but North Georgia not letting that happen here early in the second half. As I believe a foul was called. And Dunphy steps in. Now Biso settling. But it is taken away. Munoz going to get a touch for the Panthers. Eller tries to get it into Svensson. Much of the first half was contested here in the middle third, with both teams getting a few opportunities, but a lot of possession change in the middle third in that first half. Much the same to start the second half. Here's Embley getting it to Dunphy. A lot of space. She tries to get it over to Biso. Biso going to have to track it down and try and take it into the corner. Splits the defender. Shot with the right foot. And a high grab by Carolyn Prisco. 10th shot of the day for North Georgia. Florida Tech with possession, but Dunphy again stepping in and forcing the Panthers to have to go back to all neighbor. Then taken away. Now Van Horn, she's got space. Gets it over toward Dunphy. Dunphy with time. Dribbles into the 18, tries to cross it through, but it was snatched by Prisco, and it thwarts the Nighthawk threat momentarily. Headed out by Anderson. North Georgia again putting pressure on. Thorson trying to get down into the corner. She'll pressure the Panthers' back line. And Zabian. Now Munoz. Fouled from behind by Allen. Averka clears it out momentarily. Then trying to get it down to Svensson in the corner. It will sail out of bounds. Allen will take the throw. Biso draws the foul. North Georgia will push numbers forward for the free kick. Averka trying to thread it through. Milashek has a step. One touch into the box. And she'll continue with possession as Watson stopped the threat momentarily. Milashek high and wide with the right foot. Not even 5 minutes into this first half, and Milashek already putting a ton of pressure on Florida Tech, as Macy Hedeland will check in for the first time today. 5'6" freshman from Melbourne. As Munoz again tries to settle. North Georgia takes over. Dunphy will give it back to Embley. Embley out wide to Brennan. North Georgia sideline trying to urge their team to a goal. Good pass from Milashek to the far corner in Dunphy. Dunphy with a lot of time to settle. She'll cross it in as it hits the side of the net. Van Horn was making a run toward that near post, but it sails out for the goal kick. Now up the far side. Here come the Panthers. And a strong tackle made there by Vaverka on Kira McCarthy. Florida Tech will regain possession on a throw. But the back line for North Georgia turning away the Panthers, at least for the moment. Thorson trying to get it up the sideline. It will roll just out of bounds. Again, North Georgia putting pressure on the defensive line as Biso and Van Horn both run toward Prisco and force the long kick. Panthers able to settle, though, and try an attack of their own on the far side. Svensson beats Vaverka to the corner. Allen able to keep it in bounds, booted away for a throw-in as opposed to the corner. Good job by Michelle Allen to come from her right cornerback spot all the way to the left side of the field to boot it away. Now Svensson out wide, crossing in, trying to find Munoz, but Allen again stepping in and heading the ball away. The threat not pushed away quite yet. Heading it toward goal, and an offside is going to be called on Florida Tech. Good job by the Nighthawks back line. Take away the threat and force the offside. From the penalty spot, the free kick taken by Gowdy. Trying to get it to Munoz. Thrown over the head of Biso, and it will be off of Biso's back, says the center official. As Svensson tries to get past Vaverka, the foul going to be called. And Michelle Allen will take the free kick. Over the top. Biso with a head. Milashek trying to get on it, but she was pushed down by a couple of defenders. No foul called as both the Panthers and the Nighthawks were going for the ball. And Van Horn with great pressure, but they're going to call a handball on Renee Van Horn as she blocked the kick from Prisco, putting that pressure on quickly. Here's Biso trying to thread it through to Van Horn unsuccessfully, but Embley is going to settle it for North Georgia. She'll fire it in the direction of the goal, but it will roll out of bounds for the goal kick. Goal kick booted high. Dunphy's going to get the touch, and now Thorson trying to push it into the corner to Biso. It will go out of bounds for a throw for North Georgia. Very close to the corner. Michelle Allen will run all the way down to take it. Throw in. Thorson had the first touch, then Biso over the head of Milashek, and I believe the foul going to be called, as North Georgia is knocking on the door. Ball high in the air as Biso went for it, fell to the ground. Wes Williams says play on. And now Florida Tech trying to push forward. Good run by Svensson with time. Fires the shot, saved by Gowdy. Another shot coming in, it was blocked, and North Georgia will look to counter. A hard tackle by Florida Tech as the Panthers have pushed 9 players forward. Threat not gone yet. And now North Georgia able to clear it away. Van Horn trying to give chase, but it will be taken by Prisco, rolled out quickly. As Van Horn again trying to put pressure on that goalkeeper, and it will sail out of bounds for the throw. Finneran checking in for Biso. Biso has played extremely well for North Georgia. Off the throw, Van Horn tries to get it back to Thorson and does. Thorson all the way back to Anderson. Anderson going to fire it in toward Finneran. Finneran unable to get there, but Dunphy will shoot with the left foot, saved by Prisco. North Georgia is going to get a free kick. We'll see who's going to take it. It looks like Michelle Allen right in the middle of the field, about 40 yards out. Allen steps up, high in the air, and it will sail over the crossbar for the goal kick. Let's take a look at the highlight of Hannah Gowdy's save there just a second ago. Svensson had a great opportunity, but a great save by Hannah Gowdy. Another chance for Florida Tech, but the offside going to be called on Kira McCarthy. Now up the field as the ball will roll to Prisco harmlessly. Florida Tech again with an opportunity. They'll have a throw in deep in the attacking third. McCarthy settling, crossing in, but Anderson able to get ahead on it. Now they go to Al Neighbor. Turned away again by the back line of North Georgia. Rosie Embley gives it out wide to Milashek. Dunphy running across the middle. It'll be Embley taking the pass, trying to get it out wide. It'll roll off the foot of Taylor Eller. Here's Milashek. She has time. Trying to get it into Finneran. Ball's loose inside the 18. Van Horn blocked by Al Neighbor. Out wide. Crossing in is Brennan. Ball still loose inside the 18. But Florida Tech's able to clear it out. And it will roll out for a North Georgia throw. 29 minutes remain here in regulation. Finneran in the corner. And it is taken away by Florida Tech. Trying to get it out wide. Stepping in is Brennan. She'll take it up the far sideline, try and direct traffic with Milashek. Down into the corner. I think the touch was a little heavy. Florida Tech's going to make a substitution here. Brianna Heights checking in for Monica Zabian. Heights, the redshirt senior from Whitesboro, New York. Great defense by North Georgia as Brennan gets it to Embley. Embley trying to settle it and finds Michelle Allen with time. Allen up the field. Milashek trying to cut in front of Al Neighbor. But it'll roll all the way back to Prisco with 27 and change to play here in the second half. Neither team able to score. North Georgia 4-1 in this half in shots. Mackenzie Brennan told to back up a few steps before throwing it in. And now Florida Tech possesses with Munoz. Munoz to McCarthy. McCarthy out wide. And now crossing in, trying to find Heights. But Gowdy able to settle that one. And she will boot it away. Ball bouncing back. Milashek trying to get in front of Al Neighbor. Tries to get a touch. I think she did, but it rolls right into the hands of Prisco as she wasn't able to get a great touch due to the defense from Mary Watson. North Georgia's going to get another throw in, as much of this half has been contested in the offensive half. As Logan Martin will check in for the first time. 5'5" freshman from Richmond Hill. Booted away by Florida Tech. Florida Tech trying to get back into shape as they had 10 players back on defense, trying to keep North Georgia off the board. Headed in the air by Brennan. Trying to get it to Milashek, but it is rolling out of bounds. Florida Tech going to get another throw in. North Georgia with the pressure of that front line. And the foul will be called. Van Horn going to give pressure. As Florida Tech tries to move up the field, trying to get it to Munoz. Unsuccessful that time. Finneran with a great touch toward Van Horn in the corner. Van Horn will have to settle it quickly, and she does. But it must have just rolled across the end line as referee calls for a goal kick. Goal kick goes out of bounds as the kick went awry. Allen trying to head it into the corner. Finneran heads it up into the air. Then Van Horn with the big header, but it will go out of bounds. Throw in for Florida Tech. Finneran going to settle at the top of the 18. Shot was blocked partially. Ball still loose as Prisco slid to take it away from Milashek. North Georgia still putting pressure on, and Florida Tech trying to clear it out. It goes off of Brennan. It'll go out of bounds for the Panther throw. 23 minutes to play here in regulation. Almost midway through this second half. And the ball went out of bounds for a Panther throw. Or actually, the foul was called. So it will be a free kick for Florida Tech. Booted high into the air. Headed out by Vaverka. Milashek trying to settle. Gives it back to Brennan. Brennan kicks it off of Svensson. And that'll allow for a substitution in Patterson to check in. Milashek will get a break here with 22 minutes to play in regulation. As the throw-in's taken away by the Panthers. And Munoz. Gowdy going to see that ball out. She'll get ready to boot it away. She had to pick it up amongst the pressure. Dunphy takes it away from Munoz. Now Finneran goes back into the middle of the field with some time, trying to get it through to Patterson. Patterson with the header. She'll give chase, but it is booted out wide. The Panthers will bring it up the near side of the field. Munoz out wide to Heights. Heights could not get to it as the touch was a little heavy. And North Georgia gets the throw, but Heights trying to settle for Florida Tech. Now Finneran going to run down the sidelines. It goes off of a North Georgia player. Not sure if it was Finneran or Allen. And North Georgia again having to clear it out of bounds for the Panther throw. Allen able to get it upfield. Van Horn, good touch to Patterson. Patterson can't find it. She does finally, and now she'll take it down into the corner. Guarded closely by Grimm. Touch back across. Patterson lost possession on the touch, trying to go back behind Grimm, and now Florida Tech will push up the field. Trying to find McCarthy, but Vaverka steps in. Now Finneran taking hard off the ball. It'll be a North Georgia throw, as Nighthawks will have an opportunity to sub. Van Horn comes off.
Stepping on for North Georgia, number 21,
Olivia Thomas checks in for the first time today, 5'10" forward, freshman from Henderson, Kentucky. Did her prep work at Owensboro Catholic. North Georgia inside the 18 now. And dispossessed by Florida Tech. North Georgia going to try and keep it in the attacking third. Anderson going to fire one toward the frame, but it will go wide left. 18.5 left in this regulation period. If we're still tied after these next 18 minutes and change, we will go to overtime, golden goal format. 2 10-minute periods. If the teams are tied after those 2 10-minute periods, the game will end in a draw. Gita Alneighbor checking back in for Florida Tech. As the foul is going to be called on Taylor Eller as Dunphy had possession. Free kick coming. Michelle Allen will take. Booted toward Thomas. And now Florida Tech with possession. Munoz, good touch. Gives it back to Alneighbor. Alneighbor tried to get it to the other sideline. Dunphy thwarts that attempt. And now up the sideline toward Patterson. Will she be able to get to it? Yes, she will. Looking to cross it in. Able to get it to Thomas. Touchback. Shot is blocked. Another shot coming, and it will go high for Logan Martin. As soon as she kicked it, she knew that it had just a little too much height. Goal kick taken. North Georgia looking to sub at the next opportunity. Here's Svensson. Svensson trying to get it through to Heights. Cross was blocked. Another cross from McCarthy trying to get it to Munoz. Booted out by Vaverka. Headed back in by Alneighbor. And now Michelle Allen will get a foot on it. And the pressure forces Florida Tech to go back to their defensive line. Now Dunphy with a great tackle. Still with possession. Has time. And she'll go back to Thorson. Thorson out wide to Patterson. Patterson down the sideline. Brennan giving chase. She'll get to it first. Trying to push forward. And Svensson wisely goes out of bounds in the corner. And that allows for North Georgia to be able to get that substitution. Christina Birkenstock checking in for Finneran. Birkenstock, 5'7" freshman from Decula.
Christina Birkenstock.
Prepped at Mill Creek. 15 minutes remaining in regulation. Again, North Georgia with the throw. Another sub coming in for the Nighthawks. Nighthawks are going to put McKay Shively in, 5'4" junior from Dawsonville. Kelly Krieger checks in for Florida Tech. Goal kick coming for Florida Tech.
North Georgia, number 19, McKay Shively.
Gowdy had 15 saves coming into this one. She's got 5 so far today for North Georgia. Prisco came in with 8 saves. She's got 5 today, as we are level with just under 14 minutes to play. Allen going to try and throw it in quickly, and does. Birkenstock off of the shin guard of the Panther defender. Allen directing traffic, will throw it in toward Thomas. Headed away, then headed back in by Vaverka. Now Thorson settles, tries to beat Al Neighbor. Birkenstock trying to get to the ball, unsuccessful. It'll be a Panther throw. Booted away. Anderson got a good touch on it to force it back toward the top of the 18. Down the sideline, a little too strong for Heights. Allen going to throw it in at midfield. Thomas couldn't settle. Now Munoz. Good header there by Michelle Allen as the ball will bounce out of bounds. Florida Tech taking their time coming up. Still a lot of soccer to be played here in regulation. But both sides starting to think about the possibility of overtime. As Gowdy will scoop that one up. Good job to block out Heights there by Vaverka. Birkenstock tries to push it down into the corner for Thomas. It's booted out of bounds. North Georgia going to get a throw, and looks like Milashek getting set to check back in. And Milashek is coming back onto the field, replacing Olivia Thomas after her rest. I imagine she'll see the field for the rest of today. Overtime periods included if necessary. At the top of the box was Dunphy. She was unable to really settle it. North Georgia still pushing forward. Here's Martin. Martin gives way. And then back to Thorson. Thorson to Allen. Good defense there by Heights. Allen will get the throw. Milashek trying to get it through to Patterson. Unsuccessfully. Then Vaverka will boot it into the 18. Pressure put on. Header put on goal there by Martin. But again, Prisco able to keep the ball out of the back of the net as we approach 10 minutes to play in this second half. Dunphy gives back to Vaverka. Vaverka over the top toward Patterson. Now here's Milashek giving chase. She'll let Shively go after it, and it'll roll out of bounds. North Georgia will throw it in. Dangerous position for the throw. Out of bounds. North Georgia again getting to throw it in. As it looks like Wes Williams said that one went off North Georgia, and it will be a Panther throw. Prisco is going to let everybody clear out. She'll boot it away. Off the drop kick. Birkenstock gives to Thorson. Thorson over to Martin. Martin down into the corner to Shively. Shively puts it toward goal, but Prisco again able to reach her hands up and keep the ball out of the net. Foul going to be called on Michelle Allen. Florida Tech with the free kick just inside their own half. Up the sideline to Heights. Vaverka steps in. And again, a lot of changing of possessions right in the middle of the field. Munoz. Seems like every offensive possession has gone through the sophomore Maria Munoz. North Georgia on the attack. Patterson down in the corner. She gives back to Shively. Shively trying to cross it in. Dunphy was on her way, but it was booted out. Now Kelly Krieger down the sidelines trying to draw the foul. She was unable to, and North Georgia again going to try and push numbers forward. Birkenstock, good touch toward Milashek. Milashek with the header to Patterson. Patterson trying to draw the foul in the box, not going to get the whistle. But North Georgia is pushing numbers forward. Allen with a good back heel. Milashek in the middle. She'll fire. It was blocked by Samantha Grimm. And now Florida Tech is able to work it up the far side of the field. Mackenzie Anderson able to get the first touch on it for North Georgia. It will go out of bounds for the North Georgia throw. 6:45 to play in regulation. Throw in over the head of Patterson. Looks like Van Horn is set to check in for North Georgia. Cross in for Florida Tech. Booted away by the North Georgia back line, who has performed exceptional tonight. Shively trying to get it to Dunphy. It was taken away by Florida Tech's number 20. That's Heights. But a good tackle by Birkenstock. Trying to get it over the top. Milashek has a step. She's got two defenders behind her. One touch. Shot with the right foot right at Prisco. Prisco trying to get it in her hands, but she is unsuccessful in doing so. It ends up getting out into the corner, and it will be a Florida Tech throw. Milashek had a great opportunity, but it was kicked right at Prisco. It'll actually be, I believe, I thought they signaled a North Georgia throw, but Florida Tech takes the throw. Now it will be a North Georgia throw as Allen is set to throw it in. Embley and Van Horn checking back in for Birkenstock and Martin. Throw in over the top. Van Horn going to try and settle it near the baseline. But it will go out of bounds for the goal kick. Under 5 minutes to play in regulation. Booted away by Prisco, headed by Embley. And again, Florida Tech able to turn the Nighthawks away for the moment. Now Florida Tech's going to get an opportunity. Great slide tackle by Jesse Vaverka to earn North Georgia the possession back. Here's the freshman Milashek. Patterson out wide to Dumphy. Dumphy inside the 18. Left foot toward goal. Van Horn just missed it with the touch. Milashek has it out in the corner now on the baseline. But she is dispossessed by Florida Tech. Michelle Allen will step in. She'll try and cross it in. Headed right into the hands of Prisco by one of her teammates. A good opportunity at goal. North Georgia now with 20 shots on the day to just 7 for Florida Tech. The back line for North Georgia has held Florida Tech to just 1 shot in this second half, but a corner kick coming for Florida Tech. Trotting over to take it, Brianna Heights, 5'2" redshirt senior from New York. Transfer from Monroe Community College. It'll come off the left foot. Here comes the in-swinger. Not doing a lot of swinging in toward goal. It stayed straight. And Gowdy will take the goal kick with just under 3 minutes to play in regulation. Here's Van Horn. Good initial touch. Trying to get it down into the corner for Patterson. It's cleared out by Florida Tech. Under 2.5 to play. Shively throws it in. Milashek high in the air. Headed out by Mary Watson. Florida Tech's back line has played well as well in this game today. Under 2 minutes to play now. Prisco's had to make a lot of saves and made a few very good saves as well. Allen with a good touch to turn away the threat momentarily, and then the throw in coming as Allen's able to clear it out. As we approach 90 seconds to play in this second half. A lot of stuff can happen in a minute and a half as Florida Tech is trying to possess to get some space. Now here's Krieger. Krieger out wide to Heights. Heights trying to get it into the middle. She has some space. She'll fire with the right foot. High in the air. It's inside the 18. Ball still bouncing around as Vaverka will get it to Allen. Allen, one touch to Dumphy. Dumphy clears it away as the 1 minute announcement comes over the intercom. Gowdy quickly boots it high in the air. Embley gets a touch on it. Now Milashek. It is turned away by Watson. Anderson puts it back in. But now Florida Tech will look to counter. A lot of white jerseys getting back. Under 30 seconds to play now. Here's Munoz. Munoz out wide. Towards Svensson. Svensson going toward the top of the 18. Shot is blocked by Vaverka. Embley to Van Horn. 10 seconds.
7, 6, 5.
And it goes behind Patterson. And we are heading for an overtime period. At least one is coming. We'll take a break here on the Nighthawk Sports Network. When we return, Overtime in Dahlonega. It's the home opener for the Nighthawks. We're through regulation. We are scoreless as Florida Tech and North Georgia have not been able to get on the scoreboard. We'll take a break and be right back. You're watching UNG Women's Soccer on the Nighthawk Sports Network.
I am a brother.
I'm a freshman.
I am an artist.
I am an entrepreneur.
I am a civilian.
I am a junior.
I am an ambassador.
I am a music teacher.
我是国际学生.
I'm a commuter.
I'm an actor.
I am an intern.
I am a researcher.
I am a senior.
I am an athlete.
I am a veteran.
I am a sister.
I am a sophomore.
I am a singer.
I am an educator.
I am a scientist.
I am a resident.
I am a writer. I am a leader.
I am a cadet.
I am a volunteer. I am a musician.
I am a tutor.
We are UNG.
From court and lane to lane under the lights or under the sun. No one delivers Division II sports like NCAA.com. The center of D2 is inside the NCAA.com hub with exclusive highlights of every sport and live broadcasts of every Division II championship found nowhere else. Make NCAA.com yours, the home of Division II college sports.
Shop, play, and stay in Dahlonega, the heart of the North Georgia mountains.
Overtime awaits us here in Dahlonega as UNG and Florida Tech are both scoreless through 90 minutes of play. Great jobs by both back lines for both teams, but this is where we will really see the effort and the heart of both teams, as this is still very early in the season. Game 4 for both teams. You're not quite in game shape necessarily. North Georgia, this is their third straight overtime game. 1-0-1 this year in overtime. For Florida Tech, they are 1-0 in overtime this year. Again, that coming in the 2-1 win over Young Harris just a couple nights ago. So they played overtime. Now, they didn't play much overtime, only 3 minutes and 34 seconds of overtime up in Young Harris, but it is still more than 90 minutes, and this is the second straight game that they'll be playing overtime. North Georgia went the full 20 minutes against Mississippi College before a 0-0 draw, and then went 18 of the 20 minutes against West Georgia when Asa Thorson scored in the 108th minute to win that one 3-2. Regulation stats, 20 shots for North Georgia to 8 for Florida Tech, 8 saves for Carolyn Prisco, 5 saves for Hannah Gowdy. Both goalies have played extremely well, had to make some really tough saves in this one. If you'll recall, the save that Hannah had to make just in this second half, take a look at it again. Svensson had a great opportunity on goal, but Gowdy able to put her hands on it and push it away. So overtime. For both teams. Again, North Georgia, their third straight overtime game. Van Horn will get the first touch of this first overtime period. A lot of fans from Florida Tech have made their way to Dahlonega, sitting just left of our broadcast position. Awaiting the final seconds of the 5-minute intermission to tick off the clock. And here we go with the first overtime period. Again, golden goal format. First goal wins the game. And Van Horn takes the opening kick, gives to Dunphy. Dunphy trying to get it into the corner to Milashek. But Florida Tech will take over. Now here's Svensson. Svensson trying to get it into the 18. Turned away by North Georgia. Thorson gives to Anderson, who boots away. And now Thorson will settle. Not a great touch from Asa. And now Viverica will have to turn away the Florida Tech effort. Van Horn, great touch outside to Biso. Biso down into the corner. She's got Milashek in the middle. Tries to thread it through, but it's turned away momentarily. Ball bouncing inside the 18. Van Horn tries to put a shot on goal, but it will go wide left. As it had some topspin, she was trying to bring it down off the bounce. But it just stayed straight. It didn't go toward the goal. It went wide left. Booted away by Prisco. We'll play 10 minutes here in this first overtime period, then 2 minutes in between if neither team scores, before a final 10-minute period. Booted away by Watson. High in the air as it will bounce toward the baseline. North Georgia will see it out. And the goal kicked by Gowdy. Booted high in the air. Thorson with a good header to Milashek. Milashek gives to Embley. Embley trying to get it out wide to Biso. Biso giving chase. And forces Prisco to throw it out of bounds. Van Horn throws it in quickly to Embley. Embley, touch back to Van Horn. Van Horn dribbles top of the box. Shot toward goal. Prisco able to step in front of Dunphy. Prisco boots it high in the air. Brennan is called for the foul right at midfield. Florida Tech trying to end this game about the same time they ended the Young Harris game 2 nights ago. As we're inside the 3rd minute of overtime. 93rd minute of play. As Gowdy will come up and handle, get ready to boot it away. Milashek avoids a few Panther defenders. Now tries to get a step and does. Blowing by Panther defenders, and that ball will go out of bounds. It will be a corner kick for North Georgia. Dunphy will go over to take it. Florida Tech bringing back 9 of 10 players out on the field, plus the goalkeeper. North Georgia pushing numbers forward as well. Dunphy, high in the air. Milashek can't get a head on it. It's high up and taken down by Prisco. I believe that was headed by one of the Panthers into the air. She throws it out quickly to Svensson. Svensson trying to push forward with the counter. Taken by McCarthy. McCarthy settles. Svensson has space. She'll fire with the left foot, but that's nowhere close as it bounces out close to the side of the 18-yard box. Almost halfway through the first overtime period. Florida Tech again throwing one into the box, easily scooped up by Gowdy. Ball out of bounds, a North Georgia throw in. Out of bounds, North Georgia again getting the throw. Vaverica gives to Allen to throw it in. Headed up in the air by Biso, and Florida Tech will take their time now. Coming off of an overtime game against Young Harris 2 nights ago, you have to think that they're starting to feel it in the legs just a little bit. Trying to push forward, though. Here's Mary Watson. She gives to Munoz. Munoz back to Ettrick. Now Svensson has some space near the corner of the box, trying to get to the top. Thread it through unsuccessfully. Allen high in the air. Only maroon jerseys there, but North Georgia going to settle it down with Van Horn. Van Horn, great ball trick there to get through the defense. And then she is clocked hard, but no foul called. As Vaverica boots it upfield. Now here's Svensson to Munoz. And that ball will roll out of bounds with 3:02 to play in this first overtime period. Florida Tech making the sub. Xavier checking back in. Try and get some fresh legs out there on the field for the Panthers. Svensson crosses it in. Allen with a bad touch, but a shot sails way over the goal. Munoz knew she had a prime opportunity there, but fired it well high. Tenth shot of the day for the Panthers. Thorson is fouled with 2 minutes exactly in this first overtime period. Allen takes the free kick. And Van Horn was fouled just inside of 30 yards. Allen will trot up to take it. Or will it be Anderson? Quick kick from Anderson out to Allen. Allen crosses it in, but it will go behind the net for a goal kick. So we approach 1 minute to play in this first overtime period. Prisco kicks it toward midfield. Dunphy tried to thread it to Milashek, but it will roll right into the hands of Prisco. Prisco going to throw it out to Svensson on the near side. Svensson back toward Grimm. And Grimm up the far side as we are at 30 seconds to play in this first overtime period. Allen throws it in. Biso heads it up. It goes out of bounds off of North Georgia. Now Munoz with 10 seconds trying to push forward. And that ball will be taken by Gowdy. And we are through 100 minutes of action here in Dahlonega. Still no score, 10 minutes to play in this second overtime period. We'll see if either team can find a goal. Right after this, you're watching UNG Women's Soccer on the Nighthawk Sports Network.
I want everyone to rally behind such a great cause for Make-A-Wish. It's not just for us, and it's not just for the school. It's for the kids that we'll be helping. It's for them.
And it's not just raising money for a charity. It's raising money to make this kid's dream come true.
I never, still to this day, would have thought that it would have touched me the way that it did that day. To truly say that it was a life-changing moment for myself is true. And I think it was for our program, our team, and our university. It was truly one of the most memorable experiences of my coaching career.
You really just see the community come together to make this event special and make it unique. And I think that's one thing that we like to try to brand ourselves with here at UNG is we're unique, and we like to do the special, small things that make children's lives and dreams come true.
Being a champion takes more than skill, more than endless drills, more than using your head. Being a champion takes the heart to give it your all, the agility to thrive from any angle, and the relentless drive to be the best. Welcome to Division II, where the pursuit is yours to create, and the question isn't, can you do it? It's will you?
Back with you here in Dahlonega at the UNG Soccer Complex on the campus of the University of North Georgia on the Nighthawk Sports Network. We are scoreless through 100 minutes of action as there are 10 minutes left for somebody to find a goal. If nobody finds a goal, it will be the first draw in the all-time series between North Georgia and Florida Tech. This again, the first ever meeting in Dahlonega for these two teams. As Florida Tech will get the first touch here in this second overtime period. There's the whistle, and Florida Tech takes the first touch. Here's Munoz. First double overtime game of the season for Florida Tech, the third straight for North Georgia. Milashek trying to save it, and does. Then kicks it right through the legs of the Florida Tech Panther. Now Embley trying to get it into Patterson, but it goes just behind her. Patterson giving chase. And she tries to kick it off of the Florida Tech defender, but it will go across the end line for a goal kick. Patterson tried to get a touch. It was taken away by the Panthers. And then Allen boots it down into the corner. But it will go out of bounds for a Panther throw. Dunphy. Now Allen. But it won't be able to stay in bounds. This time Florida Tech unable to keep it in bounds. Allen will take the throw. Van Horn high off the head. Trying to find Patterson. It comes back to her. She settles. Then tries to thread it through to Patterson. A bad kick by the goalkeeper Prisco. It comes down to Dunphy. Dunphy trying to settle it. She finds Thorson. 2 minutes into this final 10, and the offside flag goes up. McCarthy had a great run, but she was just a step offside as the defensive line for North Georgia had pushed forward, trying to find numbers and score this golden goal. Van Horn heads it toward the baseline. It will go out of bounds. Prisco puts it on the ground for the goal kick. Munoz trying to find some space. North Georgia's done a pretty good job in this second half of keeping Munoz at bay. Anderson gives it out wide to Milashek. Now running up the side is Shively. Shively crosses it in, and Patterson tried to put it home in the air off the left foot, but it goes wide left. Down into the corner now. Milashek trying to earn the corner, gets through on the baseline. Ball's loose in the 18, but Florida Tech able to clear it out and earn possession. 6:15 to play in the contest. Here come the Panthers, trying to find McCarthy, but it is booted out by Vaverka. Throw in by Florida Tech. Michelle Allen dispossesses McCarthy. Gets it up to Van Horn. Van Horn settles. Back to Michelle Allen. Allen going to get it upfield toward Milashek. Milashek with a good touch. Rosie Embley and Milashek a little miscommunication, but able to get it out wide to Dunphy. Dunphy has it. Trying to cross it in toward Milashek, but it is booted out momentarily. Rosie Embley gets it, gets back out to Dunphy. Dunphy with a lot of time out wide. Still loose inside the 18. Cleared out momentarily. Embley trying to fight for it, and it will roll toward Anderson. Anderson puts it into the 18. And it is caught by Prisco halfway through the second overtime period on the drop kick. Gowdy going to boot it away. 4.5 minutes to play. Headed by Van Horn. Embley going to settle it. Trying to cross it into Patterson. Van Horn had a run. Didn't get it. Thorson trying to get in there. But Florida Tech able to clear it out. Vaverka will give chase. Gets it up to Munoz. Patterson trying to chase down Munoz from behind. Munoz with a lot of space. Crosses back. She'll go with the left. Curving. Great save by Hannah Gowdy. Headed away, or booted away rather, by Gowdy. Florida Tech comes up with it. Munoz again with possession. And Dunphy with a great job stepping in. Here comes Embley on the counter. Tries to get it through the legs of Watson. Now Milashek with the right foot, but it goes just high and wide. Brianna Heights checks in for Xavier. As Florida Tech trying to slow it down just a little bit, get another set of fresh legs out there. As Heights struggled to gain possession there, she gains it back, gets it up top to McCarthy. McCarthy out wide to Watson. Watson to Svensson. Svensson with a good touch, but it goes out of bounds. Shively with the throw. 2:30 and counting. Van Horn possesses on the sideline. Closing in on the 108th minute of play. And the offside flag again goes up on McCarthy. Anderson with the left foot. Inside 2 minutes to play. Allen's going to try and get it in. Milashek with the touch to Rosie Embley. Inside the 18. It's booted out of bounds. It'll be a corner kick for North Georgia. Embley's going to take it. Backs up. It'll go off the left foot. Low in for Van Horn off the crossbar, still loose inside the 18. Rolling out, it will be a North Georgia throw. The header from Van Horn hit off the crossbar. Patterson tries to get it in. It's across the end line, and 1 minute remains in this final overtime.
1 minute remaining in the contest.
North Georgia going to continue to try and push forward. Florida Tech's got an opportunity now. Munoz up to McCarthy. McCarthy settles. She'll take a shot. Into the hands of Gowdy. Gowdy with 35 seconds to play now. She'll boot it high into the air. Bounces. Milashek goes up. But it will be booted away by Florida Tech. Out of bounds. Michelle Allen will throw it in to Patterson. Patterson with the header. No white jerseys there as Florida Tech again will boot it away. And it looks like Florida Tech is content to play this out as they take the free kick off the foul. And we are through the contest. Your final score in this one: North Georgia 0 and Florida Tech 0. We'll take a break and come to wrap things up momentarily. Again, a 0-0 final after 110 minutes of play. You're watching UNG Women's Soccer on the Nighthawk Sports Network.
We're not just a video production company. We're storytellers, and we're on a mission to connect people, inspire change, and capture life's most precious moments. Because it's not only about capturing where you are today, it's about capturing where you're going. So when it's time to create a video, choose Bentley Media, and let us tell your story the way it was meant to be told. Bentley Media, we only film everything.
It's on us, all of us, to make sexual assault unacceptable.
Take the pledge at itsonus.org and be a part of the solution.
We are challenging every Division II campus to take the pledge, to make a statement, and to make sexual assault unacceptable, because it's on us!
I am a brother.
I am a freshman.
I am an artist.
I am an entrepreneur.
I am a civilian.
I am a junior.
I am an ambassador.
I am a music teacher.
我是国际学生.
I am a commuter.
I'm an actor.
I am an intern.
I am a researcher.
I am a senior.
I am an athlete.
I am a veteran.
I am a sister.
I am a sophomore.
I am a singer. I am an educator.
I am a scientist.
I am a resident.
I am a writer. I am a leader.
I am a cadet. I am a volunteer. I am a musician.
I am a tutor.
We are UNG.
Final score after 110 minutes of action, Florida Tech and North Georgia to a 0-0 draw, the second of the year for North Georgia. UNG goes to 1-1-2 overall. Florida Tech to 2-1-1 after today's performance. Take a look at some of those overtime highlights. First one will be Diza Patterson with a good shot toward the goal, but it goes wide left. Hannah Gowdy is going to make a big save in the overtime period. You see her diving to make the save. And then the crossbar header by Renee Van Horn. Both teams had their opportunities in that double overtime period, but were unsuccessful in finding a goal. Great job by both teams' goalies, Prisco and Gowdy, making numbers of saves in that game to keep both teams off the scoreboard. North Georgia again will hit the road for the next number of games. Go to Anderson, to Georgia College, to Columbus State before returning home on September 23rd as part of a doubleheader against Francis Marion. It will be the soccer celebration night, 50 years for the men, 20 years for the women's programs. That'll start at 5 o'clock right here on the Nighthawk Sports Network in Dahlonega. Again, North Georgia 1-1-2 on the year. Florida Tech 2-1-1 after the 0-0 draw here in Dahlonega. For all of us at the Nighthawk Sports Network, I'm Walker McCrary signing off. Again, your final score, North Georgia 0, Florida Tech 0 on the Nighthawk Sports Network.